Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, March 28th. It is 6:16 right now. Market's gonna open in about 14 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this room real quick and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. It's got a few things here to update and we should be good to go. Looks like we are good to go. So let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. Looks good. All right, so as people join in, I'm going to go ahead and start marking up liquidity over here on the daily chart. All right, going down to the 8-hour chart. Going down to the 4-hour chart. Going down to the 2-hour chart. Down to the 1-hour. $30-minute. Down to the 15. Down to the 10-minute. And it looks like about it for liquidity. So looking over here at the liquidity chart, I've marked up liquidity over here on both levels. Closest level above is going to be at 40,194, which might get hit pre-market. And the lower level down below is going to be at 40,114. So those are the two closest levels of liquidity to current price. That said, we'll see what happens here on open market. Volatility is pretty decent right now. We had some news here pre-market. You guys can see the big spikes. So the ATR is currently sitting at 7, which is slightly above normal. Going over here to our clean chart on the market 6:30. Market 8 o'clock. I'll look for structure here. You have structure up here. You have pending structure right here as well. And structure down here. Going over to the 1-hour chart. We have some more structure right here. And that looks like about it for right now. All right. So price is currently rejecting off the, see, I want to say 4 hour or 1 hour structure. Yeah, I'll just say 1 hour. All right. So price is currently rejecting off the 1 hour resistance level right here. And we'll see if it comes down on market open. All right, guys. So good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, March 28th. It is 6:22 right now. Market's going to open in about 8 minutes. I pretty much marked up liquidity over here. So it looks like about half you guys are here so far. Closest level of liquidity is going to be above over here at 40,194. And the closest level down below is going to be at 40,114. Over here on our clean chart, you can see I marked up the 1 hour resistance. Price is currently within the resistance zone. And we'll see if price ends up bouncing off this point or if it stays within. Over here at the BB3 chart, currently have a double body and double wick on both ends. However, we have a lot of time until market opens, so we still have some time here until it gets down to our entry point. Looking over here at the PRB, price is currently above the pivots. The trend meter is green, pivots are anchoring up. This is going to indicate that we're currently in a bullish trend right now. So the PRB might be for a buy today. We'll see what happens when the market opens. We still have 8 minutes till market opens. We have a lot of time. And lastly, over here on our main chart, let me pull up the news real quick. So we had news at 5:30, which was high impact. It was mixed news. Continuing jobless claims was negative. Initial jobless claims was positive. GDP growth rate was positive. Corporate profits, price index, both positive. So it's pretty much mixed for the most part. There's no one direction. We have more news over here at 6:45, which is Chicago PMI inflation news. Then we have more news at 7 o'clock, pending home sales, Michigan consumer sentiment, and gas stocks. So we had news over here at 5:30. I'm going to mark that up first, which is obviously the crazy candles right here. And then we have more news at 6:45, 7, 7:30. So 6:45, 7, and 7:30, of course. So if we're over here at the PRB, put this at 6:45 since this may come up during news time. 7 o'clock. And for the BB3 chart, I'll put the same thing up. 6:45, 7, 7:30. That's weird. So, not sure everything's going online. Ninja, for some reason, it made that noise like it logged in. All right. All right, guys, let's see who's here so far. So looks like about 70% of you guys are here so far. Looks like Daniel's here. Morning, Daniel. Morning, Maria. Morning, Nick. Morning, William. Morning, Omar. Morning, everybody. Morning, Ross. Morning, Jamie. Morning, guys. All right, guys. So, yeah, with that said, we pretty much marked everything up. I got on a little earlier today than usual because we've been running kind of late past couple days, but I mean, I got everything pretty much cleaned up pretty quick. So first level of liquidity right here just got hit. If anybody took that, it's currently running or it might have already hit. Yeah, liquidity right there already got hit. So if anybody caught that quick move to the top side, liquidity's been hitting pretty much every day for the most part. It's been hitting the market. Yesterday, pretty much all liquidity got hit. It's been pretty solid. Hey, Seth, how's it going? Yeah, welcome back. So welcome back, Seth. Seth's a A lot of you guys probably remember Seth from a while back in our group. He was posting like some pretty crazy profits back then. He had to take a little break for some personal issues, and of course he's back. So welcome back, Seth. Glad to have you back on board with us here. Yeah, it's always good to see old faces, guys. A lot of people who were part of the group way back are back in the group, and everyone's doing pretty well. So let's hope today runs pretty smooth and it's not as sideways as the rest of the week. You know, Monday through Wednesday was super sideways. Got some volatility in the beginning, but nonetheless, we got a lot of sideways movement throughout this week. So I'm expecting next week to be a lot better. Next week's going to be NFP. So definitely expecting a lot more volatility, a lot more direction. And we'll see what happens here. All right, guys. Market is going to open up in about 3 minutes. Hey, David, how's it going? Morning. All right, looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Ready to go here. All right, guys. So here we go with today's session. Market is going to open up in about a minute. Price is currently above the 1 hour resistance level. You know, if this proves to be irrelevant, I'll just take it off and then we'll just mark up structure for today's session. But we'll see. I'll leave it as is. I don't even know if that structure is there anymore. Yeah, it's not because price keeps pushing up higher. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to readjust this to right there. There we go. So price is currently above the 1 hour resistance level. Price is climbing. See where this goes from there. Yeah, I might push towards the all-time high again. We'll see. All right, guys, market is opening up in less than a minute. Let's take a look at retail sentiment. Retail sentiment is currently 78% short. This indicates that 78% of retail traders are currently selling right now. So you typically want to do the opposite and buy. Looking over here at CNBC, the fundamentals are currently pretty much neutral right now. Not really much news from CNBC at the moment. So we will continue to follow along here. Trying to keep CNBC open on my third screen so that we can see when the breaking news comes out. But all right, guys, market is opening in about 10 seconds. Market is opening right about now. Market is now open. So I'll go and mark up opening price right here. All right, so on the BB3 chart over here, we currently don't have any opportunities for entry. We're looking for a double body on the top or the bottom. Bottom's not going to be useful for us right now because we already have a buy signal here. We'll be looking for the next one. There goes opening price. Opening price. If this candle right here rejects off the pivot, this could be a possible start of a setup for the PRB. Otherwise, there's nothing else available right now. So there's no VV3s available right now, of course. No breakout V3s yet either. And we're getting that volatility that we expected today because of the news. So there's no PRB setting up yet. Possibly. So possibly right here, this could be space because there is a rejection right here. Price came down right here on open off this crazy candle, came back, rejected off the pivots right here. This could be the space. And then if price decides to come back down and reject off it again, that could be the PRB entry. So we'll come back and take a look at this once, price settles down a bit. No BV3. We have price pushing up higher. I'm not sure if there's another level of liquidity above. Let's check. There is. So the next level of liquidity is going to be up here at 40,267. And then I think this next level right here is going to be the all-time high. 40,316. All right, price is pushing up. It's pushing up to the 4-hour resistance level, which is up here. So it's the next target price point. If price decides to climb up higher. The level down here is the 1-hour support level. That's 1-hour support right there. All right. So we currently don't have a double body or double wick yet. So nothing there for the BV3, at least not at the moment. We might have a PRB setting up here though. So if we get that bottom wick rejection again, this could be a setup for the PRB. So you're just looking for that bottom wick rejection right there. Candle has about 20 seconds left on it, so it's got a lot of time. Not taking the entry, just gonna mark it up for you guys per usual. I'm only looking to take the BV3, as you guys know. So let's see if we get the rejection. It's not looking like it. All right, so no rejection there. No rejections. There's no PRB yet, but it is setting up right here on this next candle as well. If price comes down a little further, rejects off the pivot, shoots right back up. This could be the PRB entry setting up. Otherwise, there's nothing else available here at the moment. Looks like price is just sitting around opening price right here. Volatility is pretty decent. It's currently at 16 ATR, so it's not too bad. Breaking news right now from CNBC says S&P trades flat. There's not really much to work off that right now specifically. Those are breaking news. That's your best first quarter since 2019. All right, so not really too much there to work with. It says that S&P is trading flat. Again, right here, if this candle rejects off the pivot, this could be a possibility of a PRB entry. It's got 40 seconds left on it. It's a lot of time. Again, not taking this position, but I am marking it up for you guys here. Who do you want to take it? Thirty seconds left. Yeah, I'll just keep CNBC open on one of my windows so I can see if there's any breaking news that comes out. So obviously that's going to affect the market. Price is coming down. There's no rejection yet, but we'll see what happens here shortly. All right, so no PRB here. Did not get the bottom wick rejection. Price we need to climb back up. So you need price to climb up a bit, reject down a little bit, come back up. And then that will set up for the PRB. We also have a double body that's setting up right here. So if this candle closes green, we'll have a double body rejection off the bottom. Preferably, I'd like price to drop a little lower because I'd like to write it back to opening price, of course. All right, so it doesn't look like we're gonna get a PRB anytime soon. I'll come back and take a look at this later when price swings back up. Price is currently below the sessions, pushing down to news price right here. If price pushes down lower, target price is going to be the news price right here. Next target price is going to be the sessions down below here. And we'll see if we can catch the bounce back up. So there goes the first target price right there. It's coming back to news from 5:30. We have high impact news coming up over here at 6:45. It's medium, but it's PMI, so it's like closer to high than it is medium. But we'll see. We'll have to see what happens here in the next few moments. Price is rejecting directly off the news price right there. No surprise, price came down to the news price, rejecting off it. Might swing right back up from here. Or if it doesn't, next target price point, of course, is going to be the sessions right here. But I would look for a correction back to the upside, if and when possible. All right, we have another double body pending right here. If it pushes up, if not, then I mean, it's still fine. But price is dropping a little further. So again, we got 40 seconds left on this candle. Retail sentiment is still at 78, so it's fine as is here. Preferably, I'd like it to drop a little further. I think this is going to have some manipulation. I think the news here is probably going to be positive. Yeah, it is positive. It's forecasted to be positive, so I think price will drop down a little bit, and then eventually when news comes out, it'll probably swing right back up. So we got news there, and we have high impact news at 7 o'clock, Michigan consumer sentiment. All right, so we got the double body right here. Price rejected directly off the news price right there. So now we're looking for a buy signal here. Kind of hoping happens before news because news is at 6:45. So we would need that buy signal to come up pretty quickly. Otherwise, we're going to get caught in some news here. Still no entry for the PRB. Looks like the trend might be shifting. If it's shifting, that's completely fine. There's just not going to be an entry for the PRB then, at least not yet. So I'll keep our focus over here on the BB3 in case we get that buy signal. 6:39 right now. 6 minutes till news. Volatility is currently at 17 ATR. It's pretty normal volatility right now. It's right down the middle. It's currently at 15.16. Just got to push a bit more for it to get that buy signal. It's going to be really tricky if it comes up around news time, but like I said, I can't hide from the position. I still got to take it even if it comes up around news. So we'll see. If it comes up, it's fine. I'll still take it. You guys don't have to take it, but I'm going to be taking it myself. But there's a lot of news right here. This is what makes it a little difficult to trade. The breakouts when it happens a little like mid-session. Because 6:45 is news, 7 o'clock's news. It's medium to high impact news event. So there's going to be some volatility. There's going to be a push. If price drops down lower, this lower low is going to get pushed down further, and we're not going to have that double body. So there might not even be an entry. But we'll see. Let's see what happens here. The next few moments. You guys can see the candles are starting to get smaller. Price will probably just consolidate until news happens here at 6:45. If we don't get that entry prior, or we might get some pre-news movement here as well. So this candle's starting to get a little bigger. It's either going to be flat or it's going to get some pre-news volatility. The news is forecasted to be positive, so if we do get that pre-news volatility, it's probably going to push up a little bit. People are trying to get in early and catch that breakout once price breaks out, if the news is positive, of course, which is pretty normal. All right, we have the pending buy signal right here. I don't know if it'll close, but we'll see. We still got 40 seconds on this candle. It's a lot of time. A few minutes before news. Might get that pre-news rally right here, which I'm okay with because we have like a whole gap right here that needs to be filled anyways. This whole price movement that came down on open. So we've got 15 seconds left on this candle, pending buy signal, of course. Hasn't closed yet. Doesn't look like we're getting that buy signal yet. All right, we have one more opportunity here. It's going to be a minute before news. So we're looking for the buy signal and we're looking for a green candle to follow it. Not even sure if we'll get it right now. Probably not. So price is just consolidating. It's doing what we anticipated. News is going to happen right here at 6:45. So price is probably going to consolidate right up the middle right here until 6:45. And then from there, price market will react to the news. So we'll see what the news is like, but it's not looking like we're getting entry before news. It'll either happen after news or right at news, or not at all. All right, so no entry right here, at least not yet. There's no momentum. Pending momentum again right here. So this is going to be very, very tricky if it happens on the opening candle. Well, not on the opening candle, but the news candle, because that can be our entry confirmation. And it probably will happen, I know. Yeah, we'll see. Because it has volatility there. People are trying to bandwagon onto we're getting some errors on my NinjaTrader. It says that like some of my data is not accurate for some reason. It looks fine. Let me check what this next candle looks like. No, it looks fine on my end. I think it's just certain assets. All right, so we have a pending buy signal right here. This is the news candle, guys. Markup news over here. Of course, it would come up again on the news candle. All right, so we got the news candle right there. There's no PRB setting up yet. This is the news candle though. Let's check news real quick. News was negative. Okay. News was negative. We have a pending buy signal right here. If this candle closes, if it's followed by a green candle, this could be a possible entry for the breakout V3, guys. Just heads up. I don't know if it'll close, but we'll see. We got 50 seconds left on it, so we got a lot of time. If not, this is going to establish another double body rejection right here. and we're back into the range. So this is the typical range that we've seen pretty much Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. This is literally what's been happening all week. Price will push up a little bit, and then it goes straight into a range once we get underway. So we'll see. This candle can still close green. If the candle closes green, this could be a possible entry for the breakout V3. We have about 15 seconds left on this candle. Again, you guys would have to wait for it to actually close. We have about 5 seconds left on it. It's not looking like it's going to close though, and it's not. Okay, so there's no entry there. And I hate this part. This week has been the worst market conditions we've had in a really long time. Market's been moving, but just this week it's been going back and forth pretty much literally every day. So yeah. Let's see, Vince said he caught the V1. Caught the V1 from the bottom or from the top? Because I wouldn't catch this one here. There's no trend. Well, I mean, I wouldn't catch it for either of them. Cool. Yeah, if you got it from the bottom, that's fine. I would preferably catch the bottom one, not the top. All right, so there's still no entry here. That double body got pretty much invalidated. And we're back to what we've been used to for this past week so far. There's just nothing for us to take here. I mean, there's not nothing. There's no BB3, but there's liquidity that's been taken here, full TP. The pivots here are not confirmed yet, so there's no pivot scalps available. There is a momentum scalp there though, but it is at the session, so obviously not one that I would recommend taking. PRB here still hasn't set up. We're looking for the trend to reestablish, but the PRB is cut off at 7 o'clock. So if this entry doesn't come up by 7, there's no PRB, of course. But here we go with the range that we're pretty much used to. Nothing new here. I mean, it's the same old. Price is probably just gonna range between this 1 hour resistance level and opening price, and maybe swing back up and then do some more consolidation and ranging. Right, Nick? Yeah. All right. So again, guys, we're just going to be waiting for the next opportunity here. There's no double body from the top, no double wick. So there's not going to be any sell entry setting up here, at least not yet. So we don't have any opportunities for entry. If you guys want to take a standalone. Okay, so we have another double wick right here on the bottom. Yeah, exactly. William said, I know this week is boring, but hey, as long as you don't do anything dumb, you're still in a great position with all your accounts. Looking forward to what comes next week. Yeah, I agree with you 100%, William. So if you guys didn't take any dumb trades, if you didn't make any mistakes this week, we didn't really have any trades. So we had a trade on Monday, which gave me one small loss. And that's pretty much it. I just have one loss from Monday, and that's all. I didn't take any trades on Tuesday, didn't take any trades on Wednesday. So you guys should either be at a one loss, or if you guys took any of the other entries, we had a bunch of liquidity hit, every PRB hit this week, a bunch of smaller scalps. If you took any of those smaller trades, you would have recouped your loss from Monday and you would be in profit. But again, back to what William was saying, it was only if you didn't do anything dumb this week. So if you didn't revenge trade, you didn't overtrade, you didn't do anything that was out of your trading plan, then you should be perfectly fine. All of my accounts are in profit, so I'm good overall. With all of my accounts. It's just for the week. Just one loss from Monday, which was a small one off my main one. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, Nick said only the BB3 for him. Same boat as me. Yeah. So it's not too bad. I mean, we didn't have much problems with our trades this week. We just didn't have trades. So it's kind of a boring week. It's a boring week, but not a bad week. Yeah, exactly. Like Nick said, but also like you said, still in profit for the month. Yeah, we just came off a 11 win streak, guys. So everybody should be in profit. Literally everybody should be in profit if you traded with me during March, because we're on a 13 win 4 loss ratio right now. So 76% 76.5% win-loss ratio. Yeah, if you trade with me at all during March, you should be doing really, really well so far. I mean, everyone got funded during this month, so I know it just sucks because a lot of you guys just got funded. So when you got funded, you're like excited that you're going to keep hitting. But yeah, like, because I was doing my challenges too. So here's the math. Like the math is crazy because we locked in 225 points, right? So I'll show you how much profit I actually made like on my challenges. Like, I wish they were funded by then, but most of my challenges just got funded this month. So 225 points times 10 contracts times $5 per point. So each account made 11,250. I have 20 accounts times 20. So technically in this month so far, I made 225,000. This is how much profit I made across all of my accounts, including the evals, of course. So if I had all funded accounts this month and we had this month of March, this is how much profit would have been made. 225,000 across my 20 accounts, which is crazy. I think it's crazy because another month like this is going to happen, right? This isn't like a one-time thing. We're going to have some months where we have some crazy win streaks again. So like now that I'm funded across all 20 accounts, this is a real possibility that I can be yielding this much profit in a month. This is including the losses too. This is net profit, not gross, net. If it was gross, that'd be like even way more because 13 wins. So, you just got to stick to the game plan, guys. This is why I'm sticking to just one strategy a day. Also, you guys know I'm starting my hedge fund this year, so I got to get used to being boring, really. When the hedge fund starts, main goal is really to just have positive, net positive profits every year for the clients. So yeah, I mean, it's a little different from my normal style. I like taking a lot of high win rate entries, but I think long term wise, this is probably going to work better for us and for me in general, and for my hedge accounts, of course. All right, so we have a double body right here down below, guys. We have more news at 7 o'clock. So we're hoping that this entry could come up sooner than later. So we're looking for that buy signal now. Now looking for the buy signal. I'm hoping we can get this before news at 7. I don't know if we're going to get that. Looks like the volatility here is kind of dead again. It's going to slow down until news probably, unless we get some pre-news movement here. So let's check the forecast for the news today. The news for today is forecasted to be negative. I mean, it might be opposite because this was forecasted to be positive. This could be forecasted to be it could be undervalued. All right, the double body is gone, guys. So let's go ahead and take this off. And we're back to chilling for a bit. Now we got to wait. All right. There was a momentum pullback scalp that came up right here that Daniel just mentioned. So there's a sell signal right here. Price retraced up. The levels were right there. Price literally filled it, went straight down at CP. So if you guys caught that, nice work. I don't think the trend was shifted yet, but I mean, some people probably would have taken it by then. Actually, it did. It shifted like literally on that candle. So yeah, went straight through. All right, we have another double body rejection right here. And we'll see what happens here on the next couple of moments. We have 5 minutes till news. Time-packed news, guys. So you want to be very careful. If the entry comes up, I'm going to take it regardless. But if you guys don't have to take it, just keep that in mind. You guys aren't pressured to take anything here. I just have to take it because this is how the strategy works. The strategy doesn't care if there's news. It doesn't care if there's anything going on in the market. If the strategy comes up, I have to take it. And that's how the results are yielded, right? Results are yielded with no bias. That's the only way we can get better at this. So I'm the test bunny here. I'm basically taking all the entries that come in. It's up to you guys if you guys want to take it or not, but I don't even know if we'll get one here, at least not until news happens at 7 o'clock because the volatility is very low. You can see the ATR drop down to 14. It was at like 17, 18 earlier. It's now down to 14. So pretty slow. Yeah, it'll probably come up after news. So I'm not expecting too much movement to happen from here until 7 o'clock. It's the same thing that happened earlier with the earlier news event. This is normal. Typically, when news happens, price either slows down a bit because people are waiting for the news to be released, or people are gambling and they're trying to get in before the news move happens. You can see a lot of people here probably got burnt because some people try to get in before news and then news is negative and it came right back down, right? Those are the degens. So the degenerate traders who trade news. Don't be those guys unless your strategy does call for it. It's really a gamble. If you guys trade news, it's, price doesn't always go in the direction of news. Price can get faked out or price can easily go in the direction of news and come right back for pullback. All right, so we have a pending buy signal here. It's not what I was hoping for, but if it closes again, like I said, I'm gonna have to take it even if it sets up. So there you go, it disappeared again. But if the buy signal does come up, I'll have to make a decision. So we have about 10 seconds left here. Volatility is dead, so there's not really too much going on here. Again, another penny signal, but there's no buy signal here that's closed yet. It might do the same thing that happened on the last candle. So it might just come up on the actual news candle like it did previously. Yeah, exactly. Josh are the degenerate news traders. I used to trade news a long time ago. Like when I first started trading, I used to trade news because there was so much volatility during that time until I realized that you don't always get lucky when you trade news. Sometimes market won't even move when you're trading news. And that's kind of where you get you get caught. All right, so we have a pending buy signal again right here. Not the buy signal I was hoping for, but let's see. All right, so this is going to be really tricky here. We have a buy signal. If this candle closes green, this is technically going to be the breakout entry, BB3. It was a super weak candle, but it still falls under criteria. So we'll see. There's 40 seconds left on this candle. If the candle doesn't close green, there's no entries, but I mean, it's a lot of time. 30 seconds left on the candle here. Got about 15 seconds left on this candle. It's high impact news though. Just keep that in mind, guys. You guys don't need to take it, don't take it. It's not looking like it's going to close. I couldn't tell what that was. I'm not taking the trade because I can't tell if that was a green candle or not. Yeah, I'm not going to take it. It's a doji. Yeah, it doesn't fit criteria. There's no way to tell. I'm even looking at Ninja Trader. I can't even tell if it's green or not on Ninja. And I'm looking at TradeObate and it's like literally a gray candle. It's a straight doji. Yeah, it's a white candle. So there's no entry there. That was tricky. Super, super, super tricky. It's all good though. Yeah, it was a straight doji. It like most of the time when that happens, it's usually like colored on a different platform or on something, but everything is a doji. It's like literally a straight gray candle. On Ninja Trader, it's a straight gray candle. On TradeObate, the straight gray candle here on TradingView. So good thing that we didn't kind of FOMO into it. But it's all good. Okay, now we just have to wait for a better setup. It's tricky. Super tricky. Yeah, looks like it would have hit it too. That's all good. It is what it is. All right, it's on its way up. Yeah, we couldn't tell. Yep, it would have hit too. Fucking whack. Sorry, guys. I'll wait for the next one. Um, yeah, so that's what I was saying. Like, if the entry comes up, I got to take it because it's a 50-50 chance it's going to hit or it won't hit. But it really did set up because it was literally a doji. So, yeah, Omar said my trigger finger was itchy, not going to lie. I know, me too. I was almost tempted to get in, but I didn't, thankfully. Nick said when he saw the movement, the last few seconds, he took his finger off the button. Let's see. Cash is asking, hi, Sean, is there a reason you're using YM1? I've always used YM1. I've never used YMM 2024. YMM 2024 is the current contract. That's where you would execute your trades, but YM1 is a continuous. So I've never used anything other than YM1 because it just overlaps. So you always have, like when I'm using YM1, it just has the continuous contract. So it's going to be on the current contract, but the symbol is YM1. So right now we are on YMM 2024, but YM1 just automatically adjusts to it. So I don't have to go between contracts, but I've always used YM1. All right, so let's see. We have this right here. Yeah, exactly, Bilal. That's what Bilal just said too. YM 2024, YMM 2024 is like what you would use on like Tradebate, or if you want to trade directly on TradingView, because you have to trade off a specific contract. But YM1 is it's just the one that's always continuous. Like for example, in March expired. When you're in YM1, it just automatically converts to the next one. So you don't have to there's no risk of being on the wrong contract, even though they do roll over. I have it set to automatically roll over on my platforms. All right, so we have currently right here a double body rejection. We have a possible sell coming up. Got the double body right there. PRB still hasn't come up yet, guys. The PRB might be for a sell though. So the price come down, rejected off the pivot right there. Space. And if so price rejects off the pivot right here. So price comes down, rejects off the top end of the pivot, then the PRB is also going to be for a sell. So you're just looking for the pivot rejection here for the PRB. Actually, sorry guys. Yeah, thanks Maddie for correcting me. It's after 7 already, so there's no PRB anymore, guys. PRB is done. Cutoff for PRB is 7 o'clock. Yeah, thanks guys for the heads up, Painter, Nick, and Maddie. So no PRB today. Surprising. It's actually pretty surprising because the PRB has been hitting every day past couple of weeks now. Yeah, the PRB is supposed to catch the very early volatility of the market. That's why the PRB only runs till 7. Let's see. We have a pending sell signal right here. So you might get a sell for the BB3. I mean, price is just within the range. So you guys can see over here, price just faked out. So price is within the range right here. Whenever price pulls out of the range, it's a fake out. Fake out right there. Price comes back down. And we'll see if the true direction is going to come down here further. Sell signal here is pending. We have about 14 seconds left on the candle. Here is the clean chart. Price is currently within the 1-hour resistance level, so price might come back below. Sell signal didn't close. So you can see here within the 1-hour resistance level right here, you can see how there's rejection above. Price come down below, rejection down below here as well. So there's just 2 fake outs right here. Price is coming down again for another test below. We'll see if it actually drops or if this is like another fake out. All right, Van Harwig. Yeah, if you're done for the day, we'll see you back here on Monday. Happy Easter to you as well. Yeah, tomorrow's Good Friday, guys, so there's no trading tomorrow. Market's closed. So today is technically the last trading day of the week. So still no sell signal here. Ah, man, this market sucks. This is the same market that we've been dealing with every day this week. It's just consolidation. Akil is asking, how are the momentum candles determined? That's the question that everybody wishes to know. So with the indicator, I can't tell you the logic, of course. Why would I tell you the logic? It's the whole proprietariness of the indicator. All right, so let's see. Um, we have the pending sell signal right here. Yeah, but just to like give you I guess like a basic understanding, the momentum indicator is what I've worked on for years. It's a combination of different code and different logic from different indicators that I use. So for me to get momentum here, I used to use like 8 indicators. I had like 8 indicators on the chart. I'm like, if this, and this, and this, and this happens, then there's momentum. But you can only imagine how much work that is to identify momentum every single time. So yeah, that's what the momentum is based off. It's based off a lot of different factors: volume, trend, um, moving averages, of course. Moving averages are always going to be the crux of like a lot of indicators. Um, Oscillators, it's a bunch of stuff. It's like it'd be too hard for me to explain. Even if I wanted to explain to you, it wouldn't make sense. It only makes sense to me. That's why I was able to put it together, and that's why there's nothing else like it. Um, Because back then I used to have like 8 charts. Like you guys wouldn't imagine how many things I had on the chart before. I had like probably 8 charts stacked on top of each other with like looking for one thing to happen. And that's how I created the indicator here. So yeah, it was like a 4-year process of putting it together. And then I finally put it together. And yeah, it's been working pretty smooth so far. And I still make adjustments to it. So just keep that in mind. The indicator is not by it's not like there's still adjustments that get made to it every so often to adapt with the current market conditions. All right, so we currently have no sell signal here. We have another double wick right here off of the previous low right here. Sell signal is still pending, of course. Yeah, no worries, Akil. I'm always going to make adjustments. So like you guys don't have to worry about the indicators not working or not working as well, because when the market conditions change, I always make small adjustments to the indicator. You'll see like little updates that'll just happen randomly. And that's just me making small adjustments to conform to the current market conditions, right? Because sometimes the market's kind of slow, sometimes it's fast. Sometimes I have to make adjustments to like specific parameters. I'm always like I'm in this game to make money, of course. So I'm always going to be on top of my game, making adjustments to the strategies, making tweaks to the indicators, so that we're always able to make money in the market. Because pretty much everything is based off of momentum. We have confluences with like trend. We have confluences here with these double body, double wicks, but that's not the strategy. The strategy is always going to be the momentum. Momentum is really telling you the confirmation of like where it needs to go. Yeah, exactly. Patricia said stuck in between these sessions, need to get out of this area. Right, Maddie? Steven is a R. Kelly Jr. over here. It's the Indian R. Kelly. I can hear it already. I can hear it in his voice. All right, so let's see. Jamel is asking if the high impact news happened already. Yeah, it happened already. It happened at 7 o'clock, 7:11 right now, so 11 minutes ago. But yeah, Steve, no entries yet. There's no PRB. Or actually, it's kind of hard to tell if the PRB actually filled here. So price came up, rejection, rejection, space. Price came down. No, there's no PRB yet. So that there hasn't even been a PRB yet. There would have to be a wick rejection off the pivot. Well, actually, I take that back. I keep saying there's a PRB, but there's no PRB. Cutoff is at 7. So no PRB for today. There's actually no entries today, aside from this pivot scalp that came up right here, but it was right at news. So there was only one entry that really came up here, which was this pivot scalp. But it was at the calendar. It was at the sessions and at news over here, so I wouldn't have taken it. But that's like literally the only thing that would have came up aside from the liquidity that happened pre-market. So liquidity came up here pre-market, and there's no other entries yet. Kind of shocking for today because there's a lot of news today, so you'd expect there to be some sort of entries because of the volatility, but I mean there's not. So for the BB3 guys, this is no longer going to be our double body because there's a new high here, and then this is also no longer our double bottom from the bottom because there's another one right here and there's no entry that came up in between. Right here. All right, so liquidity is price is attempting to get towards the liquidity here. So the next target price point is going to be liquidity down below. So this is going to be the first or the next level of liquidity right there. Yeah, other than that, there's just nothing else right here right now. So there's more structure right here. And there's structure up here. So this is the 1 minute resistance level. And this is the 1 minute support level. So it looks like price might just be faking out down here. This could be a fake out area and price might just swing right back up. But we need that sell signal in order for us to take a buy. So I'm hoping the sell signal here closes, invalid sell, and then we can swing it right back up. So I want that invalid momentum to come up. Otherwise, we're gonna have to keep waiting because we can't take a buy without a buy signal. And we can't get a buy signal unless we get a sell signal. Nothing there. All right, so this is BS. All right, so as you guys can see up here, price pretty much is faked out below the 1 minute support. This is pretty much the range right here. The range is between these two levels. The same thing that's been happening in the past 3 days. I mean, nothing different really. Price just continues to range, consolidate, fake out. But again, we can't get a buy signal until we get a sell signal. So we need a sell signal first. And then once we get that sell signal, we can start looking for the buy. The ATR here is low again. It's currently at 13. Looks like there was another momentum pullback scalp as price continued to move along here. Or actually, no, there wasn't. There could only be a momentum pullback scalp for a sell. And also the ATR is too low. Yeah, so there's no momentum pullback scalp that's come up at all. Price is just within the range again. So we're back into the range here. There's not really too much that we can work with. It's just going to keep going back and forth between this range. Price is climbing back up, but oh, gotcha. Yeah. Nick was referring to the earlier momentum pullback scalp that hit TP. Yeah, it was over here. Price came down. Like literally right there, I think. Omar said, I'm going to grab some breakfast. What do you guys want? I know at the rate that the market's moving, you probably have time to go do that, Omar, because literally nothing happened here. I've actually done that before. So I think we were trading one time. Market was so slow. I literally went to go get breakfast and coffee. I came back and the market still didn't do anything. That was like last year. There's gonna be like some days and some I was gonna say menus. There's gonna be some days and some weeks that are like this. It's usually like 1 week out of the month. So we talked about this yesterday. It's usually the week before NFP. The week before NFP is usually a lot slower than the others, because people are just kind of flat and they're waiting for the NFP news to come out. So with the market being super slow like this, I'm expecting the market to pick up next week for NFP, of course. All right, Miriam, have a good Easter. We'll see you back here on Monday. See you then. Omar said, caught Sean at 4K. He's hungry. All right, so we got the pending sell signal came up and it disappeared, didn't close. You can see that the price is starting to squeeze here. The reason why you can see price starting to squeeze is because there's a bunch of high lows that are coming right after each other. Typically, the high lows are supposed to be spread out like it was over here. So you can see how price kind of spreads out a bit. Whenever a bunch of high lows come up in one area like this and like this, you can see price starting to squeeze. Once the squeeze is done, price typically breaks out. As you can see here, price squeezed for a bit, breakout, breakout. So same thing with this right here. The high lows are coming very close. So probably back and forth for a while, and then it'll probably break out. All right. So again, we are waiting for this. We're really just waiting for the sell signal to close, guys. That's like the main thing we're looking for. Because we can't take any buys until the sell signal here closes. Personally, I probably want to take a buy versus a sell anyways. But I mean, I don't care. I'll take whatever comes up. But yeah, we need the sell signal here in order for us to even look for a buy. All right, we finally got the sell signal. Jessica said, every time you stay quiet for a few seconds, I think my screen is frozen. Yeah, you could hear the silence, right, Jessica? And usually we're not this silent because there's always something going on, but the market's just been kind of slow lately, so it's crickets. So we do have the sell signal right here, guys. There's a red candle that's following. If you guys want to take a breakout V3 continuation, I mean, this could be a continuation, not the one that I personally recommend because there's no confluence here for a reversal. But I mean, if you guys are looking for it, that would be, basically what you would be looking for. But I'm sticking to my game plan, so I'm looking for the breakout V3 that hasn't come yet. I'd be really shocked if there's no breakout V3 for 3 days. I don't think this has ever happened, even from our testing. We've tested like so far back, and there's never been like 3 days where there hasn't been an entry. I think it's pretty wild. I think a lot of you guys have tested it back as well. There's never been like days like this where it's just been like where there hasn't been an entry. There's always been an entry. Not always, but there's always been an entry like at least every other day, or not every other day, but like there'd be like maybe one missing day out of like a month with like no entry. On trading view, Omar, you can go back as far as you want. You just have to go to the specific contract. Like how how earlier you were saying, YM 2024, you can put YMM 2022 and it'll come up. So you can go pretty far back. I only went like a year, I think. I went back a year and I mean it was fine. And this type of strategy is something that repeats itself because it's just based off momentum. So the whole logic behind this strategy is that we're trading off momentum, right? We're looking for market movement. The problem with this here is that there's no market movement, right? If you look at the ATR is so low that there's no market movement. Typically, the market wants to be, we want to see the market around like 15 ATR, at least around there, pretty much every day. But for this whole week, and it's kind of weird that the ATR is so low because for one, it's 7:22 or like prime time New York session. And then on top of that, we have so much news today. So it's kind of weird that the market's super duper flat for this whole week because it's not like this week didn't have any news events. We had news events pretty much every day. Yeah, I mean, for whatever reason, market's just kind of been stale. Yeah, I know, right? Patricia. Patricia, I think people watching market makers, this happens when we have a good strategy and it's going really well. Shut down. No, they do care. It's like I agree with Patricia 100% because whenever we have something that's like really, really good and it's like something that people aren't doing, even like for our smaller scalps, right? Like we weren't doing the smaller scalps for a while and they started hitting like every single time. Like I think these past 2 months, every other entry is hit except for the BB3. You guys have noticed. So for the past 2 weeks, literally every strategy, liquidity, PRB, all the other scalps, they're all hitting. Like it's been like nonstop wins for all the strategies. The only strategy that hasn't been coming up is the BB3. Yeah, Nick said, should we just fake him out? Yeah, should we switch back to the PRB for like a few days and then come back to coming back to the BB3? That'll be a that'll be a classic site, right? Site move. No, well, so the thing with the market guys is, and I was talking about this the other day that once you have a strategy that you like to follow and it's profitable, there's no need to change because there's gonna be some time periods where the strategy just doesn't come up, but eventually it's gonna come back. Like for the BB3 over here, it's only been like not coming up because the market has been going sideways. We've had very low volatility this entire week, um, which is surprising for like, prime time New York session. We only trade when the volatility is high. And the volatility has just been very low for the past couple of days, past couple of weeks. So it's been a little more trickier because if you guys look at the BB3, the market was super volatile earlier in March, right? So the whole first half of March was like super volatile. All the trades hit. And then over here, you can see from my notes, the only time we lost was when the market was very slow. Like for example, on this day, on Wednesday, it was the Fed rate decision. On Thursday, it was against bias and it was mixed news. And then again, today, market was slow. So the only time that this strategy kind of struggles a little bit is when the market is too slow. And the thing is, the market shouldn't be slow right now. It should be fast because this is when everybody's trading. This is the New York London overlap. So you have people from New York trading, you have people from London trading. This is basically where everybody trades. It's kind of an overlap where everybody trades at the same time. So volatility should be high. So I mean, it's just the volatility, and you just have to wait. You just gotta wait. Eventually, the market will pick back up. Once it picks back up, we'll be ready to catch those moves. Right, Andrew? Andrew said Apex is giving them info on us. Uh, One thing that I've noticed that a lot of people have been trading is like NQ. So I don't trade NQ. I don't think I'll ever trade NQ. I'll just stick to YM because that's what I'm good at. Um, and when I look at NQ, well, there's like a breakout V3 continuation that happened like right here. It's not, there's no confluence here, but it happened here buy signal and green candle after it. Obviously, this can work. Like I met a guy at the gym yesterday. He trades NQ and he's been following our stream, so he kind of sees what we're doing, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I've been doing your strategy, but on NQ, and it's been hitting." I was like, "Oh, that's cool." Um, but I don't know. I don't even know what the volatility is for NQ, so I don't know what the average volatility is. I don't know if this is slow or if this is fast, but it's 9 here compared to us. I mean, the volatility is still a little higher, but it's not really moving. So the volatility here is just, I mean, the market's super duper slow. This is like super unusual because like for the past couple of weeks, the ATR has been like at 20, right? It's been at like 20, 24, 25, and then lately it's just been below 15. Anything below 13 is just very, very slow. It's just way too slow. So it's like hard to take any entries because there's no volatility there. Yeah, Sam said, yeah, the BB3 hit all week on NQ. Nice. Yeah, Casey said market's been slow all week, but he's still up 12K for the month, so got to be grateful. Yeah, exactly, Casey, 100%. All right, we might have the entry right here, guys. Double body rejection, right? Double wick rejection right there, pending buy signal. So this might be the move that we were waiting for. Yeah, exactly. I agree with Casey 1000%, right? We did so good this month that like, I mean, the fact that we have a slow end of the month is not really a big deal because majority of you guys are already funded. So now at this point, it's just staying funded, right? You just got to stay funded. Don't take any dumb trades. Don't over leverage. Don't over trade. Don't FOMO into any trades. Because now that you're funded, your main goal is really to just stay funded. That's really what the key thing is. So you guys just got to keep that in mind. You know, so like if you go back over here, and I'll go back real quick. So if you look over here at the Discord and you look at the milestones, it's crazy how many people in our group have gotten funded within the past, like we'll go for March, right? So this is March, just this month. So going over here from March, we'll start here, just March 1st, right? So we got Madu over here got funded. We got verified payouts right here from Drew. We have Kenneth here got funded. So we got how many people funded? Let me just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50 times 3, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. So about 59 people got funded in our group on multiple accounts. And I got funded 20 accounts. So 59 people with multiple funded accounts got funded here within the month of March. So, you know, you guys put that into perspective. That's a lot of people getting funded uh, within our group. So you just have to keep that in mind, guys. Like March was a great month for us. So even though this week kind of sucks, I know it's kind of frustrating. It's frustrating for me too because I'm used to winning every day, right? I'm used to like having some sort of profit to share and stuff, but I just don't because I haven't taken any trades. Overall, though, this month's been pretty amazing for us. This is technically the last trading day of March, right? Let me check. Yeah, today's the last trading day of March. So we've achieved a lot within the past 30 days or less. Not even 30 days because there's not 30 trading days in the month, right? There's a lot less actually. 5 times 4. There's like 20 trading days. It's 20 trading days. So like within 20 days, that's pretty crazy for us to achieve a goal like that. see. Nick said, I don't know if we can analyze this simply, but YM is one tick, 1 point, contract. You would divide that by. Um, so the way that I would do it, well, yeah, you could do it that way, Nick. There's a way to calculate it, with regard to identifying what NQ is, but NQ moves differently. So I wouldn't necessarily just transfer the position, the strategy over without actually testing it because we can get the cost down, like the risk and the contract size, but I think the movement is really what's key. So the movement is really like you have to be in the market every day to see what the average ATR is. Like for me, I know what the ATR is because we trade YM every single day, right? I know that under 13 is low. I know that 15, 16 is normal because we trade it every day. Um, for NQ, you literally have to go back like every single day and just look at the ATR. What's the ATR during this certain time period? Because you'll see that the ATR jumps sometimes. Like in the beginning of the session, sometimes it was at like 18 and then it drops down to 12. So you're like, okay, what's normal then from that point? You got to find what the range is between. So yeah, we could calculate the risk, but we can't really calculate the average ATR unless like someone's familiar with the market. Because sometimes ATR will just jump when there's news, and sometimes ATR will just go really flat like it is right here, which should be quick because it's middle session. Yeah, I wish it was easier, but it's not as easy. So it looks like the lower liquidity here got hit. So guys, lower liquidity right there got hit and went straight to full TP already. So I had that circled for you guys right there. That was a target price point. Price hit it and it went straight to full TP right there. Yeah, Lucas. So tomorrow the market's closed. I checked with NinjaTrader. They have it on their. I just checked with CME actually. CME is like the actual exchange. The exchange is going to be closed tomorrow, so there is no trading tomorrow. Price is currently at the 1 hour support level, so we'll see if price actually swings back up from here. 7:33 right now, so we still have some time. We don't have a lot of time, but we have some time here to still look for an entry. So I prefer price to come down a little bit so we can get that double body, double wick, and then maybe push up from there. But yeah, again, we'll have to wait and see what happens. Let's see. Tony's asking, what do you look for in the ATR before getting into a trade? I don't really look at the ATR at all. It's just there to show me if the market's volatile or not. But the ATR doesn't determine whether I take a trade or not. The only strategy where the ATR is looked at is the MPS. But other than that, I'm not applying the MPS, so it doesn't really matter to me. I don't really look at the ATR. It's just to show me if the market's volatile or not. Like for example, here, the market's going slow and I'm wondering why the market's slow. I look down at the ATR. I'm like, okay, it's below 13. Obviously, it's supposed to be slow. That's what the ATR is typically at when market is consolidating or going sideways. When the market picks up, it's usually around like 16. 16 is like the base. 15 is like the lower point, but 16 is like normal for regular market conditions where price is like climbing. It doesn't have to climb fast, but it'll be climbing, When it's below, you can see over here, it's pretty obvious like how this is kind of moving. It's in consolidation. It'll come down slightly, but then it goes back into consolidation. So the ATR doesn't really have a say in my decision making. It just shows me, okay, this is what the market's doing, and maybe expect a slow movement or snail movement if the ATR is so low. Let's see. Alpine said, at this rate, I found myself trading into the afternoon because sometimes it moves a lot later in the day. Yeah, that happens sometimes. Sometimes like the market will stay flat until like close to market close, and then the volatility picks up because a lot of people are just sitting around waiting for something to happen. And then eventually people get impatient and they start hopping into the market. That's why the market starts to move later in the day. So yeah, I agree with you. That's something I used to do in the past, but you got to keep in mind that if you do that, you start to develop bad habits because you start to trade outside your trading hours and then you start to FOMO and revenge trade. That's why I don't trade during those times. I just trade between 6:30 and 8. If it doesn't come up, it doesn't come up. And I just keep going. Yeah, exactly. Alpine said YM is bait for him. And Q, he tried it, but it was kind of complicated. Not enough to ship Cam. Yeah, I agree with you 100%, Alpine. We tried it. We actually traded NQ a while back. We traded the same strategy on NQ. We made a lot of profit, but then the contract sizing like kind of threw me off because I usually have my contract size automatically. And when I trade NQ, it was like all over the place. It was like the points were different, like the ticks were different, and the contract size was obviously like very different as well. So that's why I don't switch between those two. Alpine's asking, would you say YM, ES, and Q are somewhat related on how they move, or is it possible one of them influences the others? So YM and ES they're pretty much the same. ES is like YM's little brother. So YM is a basket stock of the top 30 stocks in the US, while S&P is ES, and that's the basket of the top 500 stocks. So you'll see ES is not as volatile as YM, but they kind of move in the same direction. NQ is different though, because NQ is the top 100 tech stocks, and the tech industry is like kind of booming right now because of AI. So that's why you're seeing a lot of like crazy volatility with NQ. But NQ doesn't follow YM or ES. It kind of does its own thing because the stocks are completely different. The only difference is that like some of the NQ stocks are crossing over to YM. I think NVIDIA is joining YM. So they're going to move a little similar, but not very similar, just like to some extent. So just something to keep in mind. Nicholas is asking where's Alpine. I don't see his question in the chat. He's actually on the YouTube. I accidentally streamed the YouTube today. So the YouTube is usually when I stream the YouTube, it's unlisted, but it's accidentally on public today. So he's asking questions from the YouTube. Yeah, I just have it on there. I usually don't have it live streamed to YouTube though. It's just I was kind of just going a little quick with getting on live today, and I forgot to turn off the live stream. But it's okay, I don't mind it. As long as we're not getting trolls in the chat. I think that was the whole reason we shut down the chat and why we shut down the streams in the past, because we always get random trolls in there that are just like spamming the chat. So everybody in the chat's fine though. It's like a lot of our usual people. Brock's here too. Yeah, you're literally just lucky today, Brock, because the live stream hasn't been posted for like the past couple of weeks now. We're taking down the stream, unfortunately, because things like this happen when the market just gets super slow, and market makers know what we're doing. All right, so we currently have right here a double body rejection off this high. If we get a sell signal in a red candle, this is going to be the entry for the breakout B3. But again, we need to get that sell signal, which hasn't come up yet. The volatility is extremely low, below 12 right now. So we'll see if it actually moves. If it doesn't, that's completely fine. But if it does come up, obviously I will be taking it. All right, Sadie, we'll see you back here on Monday. Have a great weekend. Happy Easter to you guys. Let's see. Josh said, been with K2 since 2019 on and off, and get funded until committing to the mentorship. That's right. Didn't get a single funded account until March 2024. It took Josh 3 years to get his trade psychology together and when not to trade. Yeah, discipline, commitment, and patience. That's his three dudes. Yeah, Josh has been here for a while, and Josh trades like while he's at work too, so it's kind of tough for him. He's not able to focus 100%. But yeah, Josh participated in the mentoring group. I think everybody in the mentoring group's funded already. So, big congrats to everybody who decided to participate in the mentorship this cycle. Yeah, Josh has been part of the group since 2019. He's been on and off, up and down, more down than up. And then he finally did the mentoring with us, follow directions, and he's now funded. So it's big accomplishments for a lot of people in the group, especially the people that are part of the mentoring group. Because a lot of you guys have been trading with me for a while, but just haven't found success. And then now that you guys have like actually listened, you guys have done pretty well. All right, we have a sell signal right here, guys. So the sell signal right here is currently pending. So if the sell signal right here closes, we're going to be looking for the red candle to follow it. And if we have that, we'll have the breakout V3. However, it's not looking like it. So we had that sell signal pending and then it disappeared. Now we don't have it again. Man, market sucks. Yeah, Omar. Josh was completely new to trading when he first joined a long time ago. Yeah, Patricia said don't like this. Me neither. It's the same thing that happened yesterday. I don't even think we're gonna get a momentum here, personally. I think it's just gonna keep showing up and then disappearing. And even if we do get a momentum, I don't think there's even gonna be a follow-up candle. So as you guys can see right here, the price is kind of just sitting in between the 1 minute support level right here and the 1 hour support level. And it's not even moving. It's just going sideways. So it's literally just going sideways. It's not rejecting off the structure. I mean, it did here initially. Didn't get up here all the way. And now it's just going sideways, like a really tight squeeze right here. Right in between. All right. Let's see. Nick said he sees the old reverse psychology act. Yeah, that's right. We don't want the red candle to close red. Yeah, I know exactly. I mean, at this point, it's just Steven said he's getting FOMO. You should probably just log off, Steven. You made your profit for the week on your funded account. So I think you're good, Steven. If you're getting FOMO, so if you are, then yeah, there's nothing going on. So you can't really get FOMO because there's nothing really happening. Bubba. That's gonna be Steven's new nickname, Bubba. Everyone's gonna call you Bubba now, Steven. Or Maddie's gonna call you the Indian R. Kelly. Steven has a lot of personas. He's Putin's best friend. If you guys remember that back then. He's the Indian R. Kelly. He's now Bubba. He goes by a lot of different names. Um, Steven said he doesn't really listen to R. Kelly. But how is that possible, Steven? You knew the entire song. We got to hear you sing it. We got to hear you sing it out loud. I'm gonna share the screen with you, Steven. Since we're bored right now, you can come in. You can give us a live performance of "I Believe I Can Fly." All right, so there's nothing here right now, guys. There's no news that's coming up, so I don't really see much of a catalyst. We have news at 8 o'clock, but it's all low impact. So you can see over here we have Kansas Fed Composite Index, Kansas Fed Manufacturing Index, 4-week bill auction, just a bunch of low impact news that comes up over here. On Friday, it's Good Friday, so there's not going to be any entries. There's a lot of news happening though, but the market is technically closed. From what I've seen, the exchange reported that they're closed for tomorrow. So I'm not really expecting anything to happen, tomorrow. It's 7:45 right now. So again, it's not looking like we're going to get the entry. Unfortunately, guys, this is like one of the craziest weeks I think we've had ever, because I mean, this is worse than like summer conditions. Like during the summer, the market's slow, but there's still entries that come up. Um, I guess technically there was an entry right here, but it was right at the session, so you still wouldn't have taken it. I mean, I guess it would have hit, but it would have taken a long time before it came down. But yeah, the market conditions for this week are very unusual. For a March month, I've never really seen the market like this during March. If you look back to our March results from last year, so let's go over to our spreadsheet. So right here in March, we actually had a pretty decent month. Like we had 20 wins and 3 losses. This is March right here. We had an 87% win-loss ratio. The strategy that was applied a lot of the time during March was a high-level momentum scalp. So I can see here that the market was ranging and consolidating last March. So this isn't something new where market's ranging and consolidating. It's just that it's ranging and consolidating a lot slower. But you can see over here, if you just look at the strategies that are applied, the high-level momentum scalp is a sideways strategy. So you can see that the market was kind of sideways from March and April. And then you can see over here in June, we stopped. We didn't really apply it as much anymore because market started to move. Then we started applying the momentum pullback scalp. So you guys can see, if you just look at the strategies that are applied during those times of the year, you'll know how the market was moving because there's only specific strategies that we use during sideways markets, which are high-level momentum scalps and snipe entries. So I guess March isn't too different from what it was last year. It's just a lot slower. So we did have a ranging market last March, but it wasn't this slow. Yeah, Steven, just log off, call it a week, and we'll see you back here on Monday. Yeah, you're good, Steven. We'll see you back here on Monday for market open. All right, we have a double body right here. Pending sell signal. All right, so if this candle here closes red, this is going to be the breakout V3 entry, guys. But the volatility is extremely low. So even if we do take it, it's probably going to take a long time for it to hit, like maybe over an hour. Like yesterday, the entry came up like after 8 and the ATR was like 9 and this thing just didn't move for like a good hour. I mean, it moved, but it wasn't like good. All right, we got 20 seconds left. Yeah, Kenneth said he took it as well. Kenneth took it, and I think Kenny took it. Both of the Kenneths took it and they pulled out with some profit, I think. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so there's not going to be an entry here, guys. You guys can see it's obviously this candle is so green. It's not going to come down in the last 5 seconds. Oh, and there goes, no entry. All right, guys, so if there's any other questions, feel free to put them in the chat. I mean, there's not really much going on here. We have another double body down here. So, I mean, if this candle closes with a buy signal, technically there could still be another opportunity here. So I guess I'll hang out for like another couple of minutes. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, as you guys can see from the market here, it's very, very slow. Nothing's really going on here. Yeah, me too, Nick. Preferably, I prefer buy anyways. But you guys can see there's double bodies on every side. So there's another double. If this candle closes red, there's going to be another double body. So we had double body, double body, double body, and then possibly even another double body right here. No buy signal. Volatility is at 9, 10 actually. Between 9 and 10. Another pending Maddie said Steven is gonna go fly over to gold. Hopefully not. Steven's still here? He's done, right? He's out. Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if that happens, Maddie. That's typically what he does. All right, Josh, we'll see you back here on Monday. Happy Easter. Josh is gone too. All right, we have another pending buy signal right here, guys. Volatility looks like it's picking up again. A little bit. Getting some volatility here. Volatility is actually picking up right now. All right, so we'll see. We got a lot of time. Those 40 seconds on this candle. Let's gotta chill out for a bit. Wait for it to actually confirm. Still got 30 seconds, a lot of time. 20 seconds. God, if it closes the doji, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Order.
So this right here is the EV3, guys. I wonder if they fixed the alerts yet, if the alerts are still off. No, alerts are on now.
Order submitted.
So I'm hoping the volatility still moves, but might take a while for it to kind of move around. Let's see, 6. Make some adjustments here. All right, so we got to hang tight for a bit. The volatility is super slow. So this is probably gonna, I mean, it's gonna take a while. Like it's gonna take a pretty long while. Just a heads up, guys, for this here to actually move. Unless the ATR picks back up and we just get some volatility again like it was moving earlier. Yeah, Nick said, see you Monday morning when it finally hits TP. You know, the volatility is way too low right now. Yeah, the ATR is at 9, guys. This is super, super low. I mean, maybe we'll just have a slow climb. All right. Yeah, Alpine, if you go to the Discord, you can still keep in contact. So here, I'll give you the link to the Discord in there. Or you can go on the website too. The website also works. See if I can find the. So you can go to the website. If you sign up like for the free stuff, it'll give you the links to like literally everything. But if you want to just go straight to Discord, the Discord's right there as well. So there's actually a lot of liquidity that's sitting right here, guys. Like this is all liquidity right here, basically. And this is why we're getting some volatility here. So let me just take this structure off. So you guys can see from all these blue lines, this is why price pushed up so hard because it knocked out all of the pending stop losses here for the sellers. And then as it pushed up right here, it pushed up again because there's like a bunch of liquidity sitting right there. So there's just a lot of liquidity just sitting here. There's it's just logic for like why price is pushing up because it's just offloading orders as it climbs up higher. But, like I said earlier, it's just the ATR is very low. So it might just take some time for it. Over to our main chart. So our target price point here, obviously our target price point is TP, but the actual target price point is going to be opening price, right? That's ideally where we want price to go and where we want it to be. Yeah, opening price, everyone's back to open theory. That's typically where we're expecting price to go back up to. But yeah, you guys can see the liquidity here that's kind of just getting knocked out. So I think if price reaches this point right here, this is where we're going to get the flip, and then the volatility is just going to spike price up higher. Because this is probably where a majority of people's stop losses are sitting. Like everyone who entered sells, they place their stop loss at the previous swing highs, which are going to be at these areas up here, of course. But again, today or right now specifically, people are having early holiday. So That's why the volatility here is just super slow. Because just nobody's in the market. Everyone's already taken the day off. They're taking a long weekend for Good Friday. So we do have a long weekend ahead of us. That's another reason too why the market kind of sucks. I mean, if you guys have noticed, whenever there's a holiday, it's a holiday week, the market kind of sucks. The volatility is really, really slow, and it's just not really. It just doesn't. Nothing really happens during those time periods because nobody's trading during the holiday week, or people just decide to take a long week off, right? They just, instead of coming back and trading, they just take the rest of the week off. But again, there's not really much else here to look at very much. I mean, price is above the sessions here already. So this is kind of where I like to see. I like to see more double bodies getting established, right? Because you can see that it's creating a ladder or a staircase. So we have a double body right here, price pushed up. We have another double body right here. It's creating a staircase, right? Staircase up. So it's pushing up, break and retest, new support, break and retest, new support, break and retest, new support. So I like seeing that when there's another double body on the bottom end because it's creating, like what I said, basically a staircase. It's creating a trend shift to the upside. That's basically what I'm alluding to. Oh, man, but this low volatility is just, it's just low volatility. Just gotta wait for it. So it's about to be 8 o'clock. There's news at 8 o'clock that's low impact. It's Kansas Fed Composite Index and Kansas Fed Manufacturing Index. So I'm not really expecting it to do anything. We're just gonna have to pay attention to the ATR here, which is very low. Nice. So Kill took his partial there for 10 points. So Kill's out. Two didn't boot it. Two didn't boot it. So he's done. I'm gonna hold on to it, of course. I have to hold on to it because that's the I'd say I hold it to the full move. So again, we are just hanging out. It's 8 o'clock right now. All right, Brock, we'll see you back here on Monday. We got the 8 o'clock news coming up right there. Price is just consolidating around this area. I mean, for the most part. Let's go to our clean chart. So looking at the clean chart over here, price is now above the 1 minute support level, which was up there. We'll see if you break and retest off this and just climbs up higher. Otherwise, we're just gonna get a bunch of back and forth movement here. So you guys can see the ATR is even lower now. The ATR is now at 8. So it's even lower than it was before. It was at 9, now it's at 8. It's gotta sit tight. I'm hoping we just get some volatility up. 8 o'clock news just came out. Let's see what the 8 o'clock news was. It was still hasn't posted. I mean, there's not really too much going on. Price is just kind of sitting there now. It was earlier. What happened? Okay, my trade is still on it. I don't know why it keeps disconnecting for some reason. Flowbots is fine. All right, my flowbots is fine. I've like heard this happen like 2 times today, where it makes that noise where it like logs in. I don't know, Ninja Traders tripped me out. Just want to make sure everything is still running. Yeah, so everything's still running on my end. Pretty sure you guys heard that as like the ding, the doorbell sound. Let's check the news. So the news was actually, let's see, it's neutral. Yeah, it's pretty much neutral. Well, the first one is neutral. I don't know what the other one was. Man, this market sucks. The worst part about being in a position like this is just when it's slow, because you really do have no control about what's going to happen next. It's just like, slowly moving. Here, let's see. Let's just reanalyze this from the main chart, because this is pretty much where all the structure and stuff is being built. So let me clean the structure here. I just don't see any confluences on like either side. Price is just in this big range. So it looks like price kind of fake. I'm hoping it fakes out down here. And then obviously, pulls back up. But I don't have any control over like I don't have any like idea what's the play here.
Order filled.
What happened here?
Order filled.
Looks like I got stopped on a couple of the accounts. It's my entry wasn't that good. So some of the accounts got closed out, some of them are still in there. But my stop loss was just a little too close. It was up by like 2 points because my entry wasn't good on the actual entry. Let's see. So it's still running on like, I think two of my accounts. So the stop loss technically didn't get hit yet. It's just my entry was kind of higher. So my stop loss was like up here, unfortunately. I don't know why it still shows that like some of them are still running though. Let me check these here. It shows that none of my accounts are still, so I got stopped out on my main account. A couple of them are still running. So this might be able to just balance it out. I just don't know. I don't see which accounts are still running. Let's see where it's at. I think it might just be like one account here. Yeah, I think it's just the main account that's still running. So the trade's still running right now. I don't know what happened with the other ones, but my main account is still running. That's the only one that I see the movement on. Yeah, so it looks like Jeff's still in it as well. Yeah, whenever you guys enter the trade, why? I mean, I'm telling you guys this now. I should have looked at it too. I should have looked at my TP stop loss to make sure that it was lined up with TradingView here. Because I'm looking at it right now, the numbers were like slightly off. It was off by like 1 point. So yeah, my main account is still running right now. And I think that's the only one that's running. It's kind of annoying. It's annoying because it's got that random spike. Let me check the news real quick. What was the news? Was it negative? Yes, the news was negative. That's probably what caused a spike right there for the news, and then it just came right back up for correction. Tony's asking, why are the momentum lines alternating? I mean, that's kind of how momentum works, right? You can't have momentum push in the same direction twice. That's like science. Like momentum can only go in one direction or the other, Tony. Um, yeah. I mean, you can't have two, like you can't have momentum, but with no retracement. It's just that's how science works. Momentum goes up one direction, momentum, and then it pulls back, and then momentum swings the other way, and then it goes back the other way, etc. But yeah, that's just that's I mean, I don't know. I was gonna give you like the equation for it, but yeah, that's kind of how momentum works. You can't have two momentums, like it's just not possible to have momentum. There always has to be some sort of retracement or pullback. It's the same with like with normal price movement, right? If you look at the charts, like price will
Stop
go.
filled.
It looks like my stop got filled. All right, so my stop got filled on pretty much all my accounts. Unfortunately, this is not a good week for us. But it's okay. These weeks happen. And I think the main reason for this as well was because this entry came up so late. For one, the ATR was super low. And then for two, the entry came up super late. And I don't think we've ever had an entry that came up this late before. This entry came up at 7:52. And we've never had an entry come up that late before for the BV3. So it's all good. I mean, it happens. Today, let's see, March 28th, 24th. Let's see where I'm at. Let me take a screenshot of that real quick. And we'll put notes on this. So like the whole thing that I was explaining before with you guys is that like we haven't had enough losses for the strategy, so we can't really make any changes to the strategy yet. When there is enough data there, we can start making some adjustments. 7:52 is going to be entry time for this. This is the latest the entries ever came up for us. So maybe the cutoff time might have to be a little bit sooner. So let me put this over here real quick. For the notes, I'll put entry happened very late in session. So the entry happened very late in session, and then on top of that, also volatility extremely low, 9 ATR. Entry came up at 7:52. I'll put this over here. Probably would have best to just call it a day earlier instead of hanging out, but it's okay. I mean, the entry came up, so we had to. That's the only way to identify and document the trades properly. So everything kind of lined up, though. I thought the trade would play through because the retail sentiment was high, 76%, and we were expecting that correction back to the upside. So there's nothing else that could have been done differently. With regard to the strategy, let me just update the spreadsheet over here. Entry happened at 7:51. It was for a buy. It's for a loss, -25, 1 BB3. So looking at this right here, we currently have, it's on a two loss win streak. We never go past a 2-loss win streak. That's like the only time that's the farthest we've typically gone. But right now we currently have 13 wins, 5 losses, total win-loss ratio of 72.2%, with a total profit of 200 points for the month of March. So overall, the month has been pretty good. It's just we've had a pretty good win streak earlier here, and these losses weren't really spread out. If they're more spread out around these like dates over here, it would look a little normal, right? If it was like 3 wins, 1 loss, 3 wins, 1 loss, 3 wins, 1 loss, it would look normal. But because it's not, right here, it's just kind of staggered within this area, which is the past 2 weeks. So the market's only been kind of slow for the past 2 weeks, from like March 18th up until this week, March 28th. And hopefully it picks back up for NFP next week, which is kind of what I'm expecting. for the most part. Kenny said, yeah, maybe we can start adding notes to the winners too. I mean, yeah, we can, but it's kind of hard to tell what the notes would be, right? Because during ideal market conditions, it's like when the market's volatile, and that's just going to be a given. So yeah, if you guys see anything different, that happens with the winners, yeah, let me know to put some notes. But for the most part, it's pretty much like normal volatility. When the market's normal, then we can understand that, okay, the trade's probably going to come up and it's probably going to hit. But the only thing that I can see here that's different from the losses is that the market's slow, and the market's slow. I mean, that's pretty much it. Not really too much here to work with. So we'll come back on Monday. Hopefully on Monday, the market's gonna be a lot better. Unfortunately, we have to eat this loss for the week. I'm gonna put my screenshot of my losses over here so that you guys can see. So we're all in the same hole right now, for the most part. The only people who are probably higher right now with their drawdown is probably the people who are funded already. Because the people who got funded super late, yeah, you're gonna need some drawdown because you didn't have the wins until now. Or you didn't have you didn't have wins till like way later in the month that are counting towards your account. So let me put this over here real quick. All right, so here's my red account for the week. Unfortunately, this is the first time we've had a red week so far. I don't think we've had a red week in a long time. So this is the first week we've had a red week. It's not a very big loss. It's just one loss, or two losses actually, on my main account. So two losses on my main account and then one loss on my other accounts over here. But every other week's been pretty solid. We've been in profit every single week. So it's just one of those weeks that happens. So hopefully for NFP, we'll have straight wins. We'll bounce right back to it. And then from there, we will continue to, apply the BB3. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for right now. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, let's see. Otherwise, I think that's about it. Damn, yeah, I know. Maddie said his account's down bad, but Maddie was taking his own entries too. So yeah, Maddie is like probably really down bad because he was already in some massive drawdown before. And then on top of that, these losses from this week just haven't been good to him. So let's see. Eric's asking, are you changing your contract size for next week? So for me, I'm not going to be changing my contract size. I'm going to be leaving it as is because my drawdown is currently at 2,000. It's at 3,000 right now. So for me, I'm going to keep my contract size at, let's see, at 10, I believe. Yeah. So it'll be at 10. The reason why I'm leaving it at 10 is because that's going to leave me at two losses before blowing the account, right? So I'm right now I'm currently at a net 2, I believe. Yeah, even on my lowest account. So I'm at net 2. I'm like, well, my lowest account's probably at 2,500 around there. So it's still, I still lose. I could actually use more than a 10 contract size, but I'm at a net 2 right now. So I have enough drawdown to take on another loss if necessary. I have enough drawdown to take 2 more losses, which are like very unlikely, right? It's very unlikely because we haven't had more than 2 back-to-back losses. It's just there's 2 back-to-back losses that happen right after each other. So it's kind of like it puts us in a tight position right here. But for the most part, I mean, I'm fine. I can withstand two more full losses basically. So should be okay. All right, guys, I think that's it for the day. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, unfortunately, this was not a great week for us. First losing week in a very, very, very long time. I don't think we've had a losing week. Yeah, I can't remember the last time we had a losing week, but it all comes with the game. So, all right, guys, if there's any other questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I'll see you guys back here on Monday for market open. So.